Okay, you guys ready? Yeah. All right, so here we go. We are on page 613 of the HSE workbook. It is an afternoon lesson because we are on night school, believe it or not. And so we're still going to progress with this drawing and make sure we have full understanding. It is our last drawing before we get to our SBAs. And so let's have a look at what is required for us in this question. They've given us here two views. They say they are pictorial views of a casting. We have our front view and our top view that is given. And we are required to draw to scale 2:1 and in third angle orthographic projection the following views of this casting. They want us to draw a full sectional front view. Okay, let's pause there. In my top view, your cutting plane is going to be positioned here. And where's my arrows going to be? If this is the top view and this is the front view, then I have to look in this direction onto that top view. The side where the arrows are is the side that's going to fall away. Yes or no? Alright? So if that's my cutting plane, in the top view, everything on this side of the cutting plane, that's between my eyes and this view. So it's like I'm seeing this remote from the top, and I'm cutting it through all the way in the middle and removing whatever is between my eye to see the front view so I can see the inside of this remote. Ne? Same thing. Taking this casting, cutting it through, looking at it, and that's going to be our full sectional front view. The fact that it says full sectional means that that section line is in the middle of that top view. Ja of nee? Nee. So 'n volsnit bo-aansig sny ek deur die middel van my volsnit voor-aansig is die snyvlak deur die middel van my bo-aansig en my pylpunte is hier aan die voorkant, want as my oog hier is en ek kyk na dit, dan alles wat tussen my oog en die snyvlak is gaan wegval om dit te sien. En dan 'n regteraansig en 'n bo-aansig. So the right view and the top view is not sectioned. They want us to give 5 dimensions and all hidden details and show the title scale here at the bottom. Alright, in third angle orthographic projection, of course, we're very familiar with this. We've got our top view here, front view, and the right view. That's our 45. You're going to start yourselves off with labeling this as XY, X1, Y1. Radio. Then, this is done scale 2:1, but this spacing here still remains 10 millimeters. 10 millimeters on that side. 10 millimeters on this side, and we're just going to draw our start of our grid for us. Okay, happy? Okay, oh, that one's not at the right place. Okay. Now, let's look at what is given here. If I look at the front view, and I like to start with the front view, then this corner here, keep with me, is this corner. Yes or no? Okay? And so I've got a total here of 20 plus that 33 plus this. What's this radius? If the diameter is 22, what's this radius? 11. So I've got another 11 here. So 11 plus the 33 plus the 20, and the calculators are coming out 53, 64. Yes or no? Yes. Total 64. Are you sure? And then my height here has got 8 plus 6 plus 13 is 27. Okay? Alright. So let's start here. The other option is to put this in a corner. This corner is going to be that corner there. It's still 64. What is the width here? It's that diameter 27, nee? So you're saam met my, which is the same as that. Okay, so it would be actually helpful for us to start in the top here because you have the cutting plane there, plus we have those circles that's going to help us get these distances here. So let's start in that top view. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you, and I'm going to just be using the measurements, the dimensions that's given in that top view. So we're starting off scale 2:1. If you have a scale ruler, that's going to make the easiest for you. Let's find my 2:1. So we're going to go 27 here. I have a starting line there. Alright, so 27. There's 25, 26, 27. And then we're going to do the middle also, which is 11, 12, 13 and a half. Right, and then that is 6. Oh, yeah, you can't see it. You can actually, that rib there is 6 millimeters. So we're going to go 3, 10, 20, 30, 3 millimeters, 10 to 3. All right. So there I have my width drawn. Just in construction. Sorry, this is still all construction lines. Mine is maybe a little bit darker because I want to make sure you see that. All right. And then this complete distance here, we've got a 20. So you can start in this corner. Right, that's to the center of our 2 circles. And then we have a 33. And the last one is 11. Okay, so we're just drawing ourselves a grid. Center lines, you can go ahead and put that in immediately. The right place, same. This is another center line here. That's the end there. All right. Okay, on the side here, this radius, do they specify this radius? This corner. Anybody see that radius? No.
Which radius?
This one here. Okay, that's interesting. Let's say it's a radius 6, which is going to be scale 2 to 1 at 12. So let's do. So the other lesson that you might want to learn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If something is not specified, what's the rule? We do it in good proportion. Okay. So here I'm just estimating it at 6 on that side. 6 on that side. All right. Will you remember that? If a measurement's not given, you're sure it's not given, then you can do it in good proportion. All right. So that's going to be top view. Sorry, just fixing my compass here. Kan jy nou dit toegelaat? Right, sorry about that. There we go. There we go. Okay. Right, sorry for that delay. So there we go. So sorry. Right, nobody should be drawing on a Monday afternoon. Okay, well, that goes up. This diameter here, we can quickly do that. 27 is going to be 13 and a half. Actually did the center here, so that's going to be that should meet up with that one. And then internally that's on 9. All right. Okay, now the detail that they require here, if you look at this rib joins this end here, so I'm going to wait with that because I'm going to use my my front view to get that correct placement, so I'll wait with this part. What I can draw now is the circles in my front view, and I can insert my cutting plane. I'll do that nice and clear. Okay, there's our arrows on either side. So you add that arrow in. Just highlighting that line for you. Okay, there's a rib on this side. We'll draw that in nice and dark. That one. We know here's going to be, but the end of that I'm not going to determine now. That radius here is 22, so we can maybe make that mark and use that to draw that down. Okay, and then the inner diameter is 13, which is 6.5 for the hidden detail. Okay, so in this top view, we are drawing what's given. Alright, now to project our front view, we're going to use again the heights that's given to us. There's a 13. Right, and then there's a 6. And an 8. So that construction line will draw all the way through so that it meets our right view. That's a construction line. That's a construction line. Alright, and then using this, now we're going to start cutting. Maybe let's draw it in construction just first of all. So there's a construction line that we project down. There's one, the center's already done. Inside of that, that's done. That's done. Okay, let's start cutting through it. If I start cutting from this right hand side, I hit my rib and I hit the surface here. Okay, so I hit that rib plus this surface going all the way through. There's a hole that I have to think of. So if I start from this side, do I, a rib, is it hatched or not? No, sir. Okay, so that rib going up here. No hatching. There I cut the outside of the casting. Oops, sorry. Here it goes down to the bottom. Alright, there. All the way through. And then on the inside, if I cut through it, there I cut through air. So that corner is going to be this corner here. Okay, let's just look at that again. If I start cutting from the right hand side, I cut through air, chip. There I hit that corner is this one. Then I cut through that rib, a rib section in its length. It's not shown. But then this part here, it's this base heading into, let's call it this silo almost. Then I cut through air. That line at the back is this line. Then I hit this corner here, come back to that. Then this one here, come down again. There's a rib running. And there's a rib here on the bottom as well. Okay. Let's quickly draw those circles in. Sorry, that height runs here on the 6mm. Okay. That runs this side. And here at the bottom there's a rib. And then this line from this corner, tangential line, all the way up to there. Okay, and it's that point that we're going to bring up where it meets the edge of that circle. Okay, if we think of this again, if we're going to hatch it now, start on the one side, that's going to be 45 degrees, cutting through that end. That's 45, 45. Evenly spaced at 45 degrees. Make use of lines if you have on your set square. Okay, and if you're unsure where do I hatch, well, you don't hatch anything where it cuts through air. That you don't hatch, and you don't hatch a rib when you cut it in the length. So net so vinnig in Afrikaans, as jy arsering doen, maak asseblief seker jy arseer nie lug nie en jy arseer ook nie 'n web of 'n rib wanneer jy hom in sy lengte sny nie. Okay, this center line, that needs to be clear, so just double check you've got a clear center line because that's a hole going through. Same on this side. Alright, center line here. Ideally you want the short lines to meet in the middle. Alright, and so if I double check this one, if I start from this side, I cut through the rib, then there's a air cavity. There's no solid lines here. Remember, it's a casting, so it's one piece of metal all the way through. There's another hole here on the outside. If I now look at the top view, it's where this line of the rib meets my circle. That's projected up, and that's where the ends are. And if they don't specify the radius, you can again assume something, so you can thumb suck it. Let's use this 6. On that side the same. Probably can do a better job of that one. Alright, just in class, let me have an indication how are you up to this point? Thumbs up, everybody. Anybody wants me to repeat a step? Look here, we've done 10 of these drawings, so you should be happy. Anybody got a step that you'd like to repeat? Happy? Keanu, is jy reg? Okay, hier gaat ons regterhaansig. Right view, now I'm looking at the right hand side, right view of this casting. So you can use your top view and just project. Let me zoom out a little bit for you. Okay. Using that 45 degree now. Alright, if I look at it from the right hand side, this is where visual understanding comes in. You'll see this end here. Okay. That width is the same, so there's going to be a line from the bottom all the way to the top. Also on this side. We'll see this surface at the bottom. Then I'll see that surface, that's that one there. Then I've got the top also that's visible. And the rib on the side. Yes or no? Okay. Hidden detail, that hidden detail goes all the way through, so I can draw that in. Okay. Do your best to have this evenly spaced. Alright. Then also if I look from the right hand side, I'll see the hidden detail here. There's a hidden detail running across like this. Those of you who've done this drawing, well done. Double check that you have all these lines. There's another one. Right, there's a center line there. Bottom. Alright, double check is anything that I've missed here. Center line, thank you so much. Okay, there's a rib here. There's something that I missed. Alright, once that is done, you have to add, they've asked for 5 dimensions. Please have a look at these dimensions. It is on the left hand side. So if I do my vertical, it's always on the left hand side. If it's a horizontal measurement, always on the top of it. Alright, please leave enough room, at least 15 millimeters away from your drawing if you have space for that. Okay, and please give your guidelines, of course, and then here make sure you fill in title, scale and symbol. Rightio, everybody happy? Now it's your turn.